Ciao and welcome. I absolutely love outdoor cooking, and with such a lovely day I had to make the most of it. And I'm making some salmon I'm making some salmon burgers with a lovely guacamole sauce.
Ooh, lovely.
I will want to marinate my sauce, and I'm starting with that first, and I'm removing the skin from an avocado. I've already lost a bit from the middle. Cut it lengthways and a couple of cuts. Then go along the other way, a bit like you would do if it was an onion, and chop it into very little cubes and add it to a bowl. I'm now chopping a lime in half. I'll keep half for the burgers later. You can also use lemon, but lime is better for this one. And squeeze it in. I'm now peeling a shallot, and I'm chopping this as fine as I can and add it to the bowl. Clove of garlic, and I'm removing the skin. And using a garlic crusher, I'm adding it also to the bowl. Followed by a generous handful of parsley. You can also use coriander if you like. And it would not be a marinade without a generous amount of olive oil. And I will finish with some salt and some pepper. I'm giving it a good mix so that all of the ingredients blend together. I'll pop a little cover on, and I'll put it in the fridge until it's ready. Good half an hour, so that everything continues to marinate. And I moved on to the preparation of my salmon burgers, and at the moment I'm removing the skin from the salmon. It's dead easy. Just place your knife underneath and hold the skin and gently slide through. Make sure that you do not cut the skin, and take your time, and dead easy. There, job done. If you look, lovely and clean. And that's the second one done. Once you've removed the skin, just check it for bones. Mine is clear, just in case, you never know. And I'm now chopping my salmon into little cubes, approximately a couple of centimeters each. Add a couple of slices of fresh bread in a food processor. You can use a white, brown, granary, entirely up to you. And I'll mix it now, but ensure that you do not do it too fine. You want to leave it rough, as it is good to have some texture. And that is perfect. This is the consistency you're looking for, something like that. Shallot number 2, I'm going to be removing the skin from this one as well. Chop it into little pieces and add it to the breadcrumbs, followed by the salmon pieces. Next, I will be squeezing the other half of my lime, break in 1 egg, and I'm adding 1 teaspoon of mustard. This is whole grain mustard. You can add any mustard you like, Dijon mustard or English mustard, entirely up to you. I'm using a whole grain mustard because that's what I've got in my cupboard. A little bit more parsley. This will give the burger a nice green color to contrast the pink of the salmon, as well as a lot of flavor, of course. And I'll finish the mix with some salt and some pepper. And I'll mix it, but on the lowest setting for maybe 20 seconds. It didn't need 20 seconds, I did it for more likely to be 15, and that is perfect. I've now got a nice mixture ready for my burgers. To make burgers, a technique I use which works really well is by putting some olive oil in my hands first, like this. Get hold of some of the mixed, and it doesn't get stuck to your hand. And just work it with your hand quite easily until you have a good looking burger, something like this. You can choose to make them round or oval, entirely up to you. It will not make any difference to the taste. And here they are. I've managed to make 5 and I'm very happy with them. I will be doing mine on the barbie. It's such a lovely day, but also you can do them on the griddle. I'll show you what to do either ways because the process is identical. I'm ready to go on the barbecue, but before I do that, Julie told me earlier that she just picked some new potatoes from our garden literally about an hour ago. And there they are. I have actually just boiled them and drained the water. And I'm going to show you what I'll do, as I was going to have bread, but we have changed our mind and I'll do them on the barbecue as well. I've made a little marinade with olive oil, parsley, garlic, salt and pepper. Very, very simple. And just throw it in with the potatoes which I've just boiled. I do this quite often in the summer and it's quite fun. Then I shake them inside the container so that every piece of potato has some of the marinade. My barbecue is on and it's really hot. And I'll just throw them in. Obviously ensure that the smallest potato is bigger than the gap you have in your barbecue.
Is that why we ate a few?
This is the marinade left over. I will leave that for last as I will be putting the potatoes back in here once they're cooked. I mentioned earlier that I'll tell you what to do if you are doing this also indoors in your griddle. If you're using a griddle, use a brush and ensure that you put some olive oil in your griddle. At the moment I'm actually putting some olive oil in my barbecue so that my salmon burgers will not stick.
And here they are, ready to go.
They are ready to go indeed. And just like a normal burger, although they are not a normal burger, so just to be a little bit careful, put them in using a spatula. The potatoes are already cooked. This is about making sure that they get a lovely smoky flavor, and of course the marinade will do its magic. So I'll close it and I'll give it a few minutes. 5 minutes in and I think I'm ready to turn everything around. Let's start with the burgers. Yes. If you go underneath quite carefully with your spatula, you'll be fine. Likewise, you do the same with the potatoes, and they've got a lovely charcoal mark as well, which is great to see.
Even better to taste, with any luck.
I don't think you need much luck.
Oh my God, I'm so hungry. I've been gardening all day and it's built up an appetite.
Close it, a few minutes, maybe 3-4 minutes, and I'll be ready. And I think we're there. So get hold of your saucepan with the leftover oil and place your potatoes inside it. Put the lid on and do it again. And they're ready. And let's have a look underneath. Yep, oops, there you go. They're done as well. Perfect. And we'll move on to the table. We are getting ready to eat, so I will be putting everything into a serving plate first. Guacamole sauce has been marinating nicely in the fridge. One funnel mix. Oh, that smells nice. Personal choices as always. I like to put a little olive oil on mine, so just a little drizzle really. There, looking lovely. And there it is, dinner is served. Before we sit down and eat, I'll just do a little taste. I'll put a little of my guacamole sauce on top as well. Oh God, it's absolutely excellent, really delicious. You should try it. And what a better setting than this, eating outside in the summer.
In the one day of sunshine that we have here in England.
Indeed. So ciao, thank you for watching, and if you do make it, do let me know. Arrivederci.